Well, fiery and raw testimony today during the last day of the commutation hearing at the Utah State Prison for condemned killer and death row inmate Ralph Menzies.
Chief investigative reporter Wendy Halloran watched the hours-long commutation hearing and is here to tell us about today's testimony. Wendy.
Well, Jamie and Mark, the family of Maurine Hunsaker unleashed a torrent of outrage at her killer, the parole board, and the system in general. Matt Hunsaker slammed the previous parole board for granting Menzies parole in the 80s before he killed his mom, telling the current board they've got blood on their hands inherited from the previous board.
This board's predecessors back in the 80s granted Menzies mercy.
Before Ralph Menzies murdered Matt's mom, Maurine, he was convicted in a 1975 aggravated robbery, convicted of escaping from prison on July 6, 1978, and while an escapee on July 17, 1978, he robbed a taxi driver, nearly shooting his arm off. He was caught 5 days later, making that his second conviction for aggravated robbery. His sentences ranged from 5 to 100 years for each aggravated robbery conviction and 1 to 15 years for escape. Menzies was granted parole by the then Board of Pardons on October 9, 1984.
The Board of Pardons inherited the blood that's on the prior board's hands, and it's now on your hands.
Matt was just 10 years old.
He unmercifully took a knife out and slit her throat from ear to ear. Did that show my mom any mercy?
Then he talked about their choice of clothing for her casket.
My grandmother had to go look for a specific dress that was high enough on the neckline, and I know y'all can see me, that would cover my mom's throat.
Speaking to Menzies from 500 miles away.
They're going to find some of the finest sharpshooters in the state of Utah. And let me tell you, buddy, there is a mile-long line of people that want to do this to you.
Demanding the board deny his petition.
Pray to God, if there's a God, that in 21 days from right now, it's 10:15, your dead body's in a bag. And I don't care what they do with it. And if your family needs help figuring it out, I'll pay for the cremation. You left my mom in the mountains to die. You're lucky I'm not there. Start making them phone calls, buddy. Start telling everybody they're going to shoot you. I don't care if you can't stand. Shoot you in the wheelchair.
He ended saying,
Ralph, I'll see your in the execution chamber in 21 days.
Menzies attorney Eric Zuckerman telling the board a confidential informant committed perjury, testifying Menzies told him,
slitting someone's throat is the greatest thrill of my life, is severely aggravating, and it was false. We ask this board to grant mercy so that Mr. Menzies is not executed because of perjury.
Prosecutors for the state say mercy should be denied.
Instead, he inflicted a worse fate on her than he asked the board, than the one from which he asked the board to spare him. Imagine the terror she felt tethered to that tree.
The board went into deliberations. They will issue a decision in writing as to whether they will commute Menzies' death sentence to life in prison without the possibility of parole. We have the victims' statements, all 10 of them individually, on our KUTV YouTube page for you to listen to. Jamie?
Wendy, thank you. We have a documentary over on our 2 News YouTube page outlining all the key moments in this case from the time of the murder in 1986 up until the judge set an execution date. It already has nearly 100,000 views.